Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. This is the fifth video of our Basics of Stock module series. In today's video, we are going to learn about the batch-wise management of stock along with the splitting of batches and the generation of the transactional documents related to the stock items, which is our purchase and sales invoice. And we will also discuss the impact of the documents by watching the reports of the stock ledgers. Okay, so now let's get started. So here is our second type of category, which is items with the batch numbers. Okay, so we have two items here, which is switches and electrical wires, and the default unit of measurement we will use is NOS, and the item groups we are going to use is electronics, and the naming series is already configured on the item group, so we do not have to worry about it. Okay, then we have the GST rate of 18%. We will mention this GST rate on the item text template itself. Okay, then we have the batch numbers for both these items. Okay, like we have this batch number series. These are not the actual batch numbers, but these are the series of batch number which we will use to create or generate the batch numbers. Okay, now let's just go to the software and create these items. Okay, so now let's just quickly add all the items. Okay, so we have to go to the item list first, then we will add a new item. So here we will select the item group, which is electronics, and our series will be automatically configured. Okay, then we will name it. First item was switches. Okay, so we will write switches here, then we will leave valuation rate and opening stock blank. Then we have to select has batch number this time. Now we will select this option to create all the batch numbers automatically as soon as we enter the item or do any transaction in our company. Okay, so now let's just click this button. Now it's showing that I have to mention a batch number series. Okay, so the batch number series given in our example, we will copy that and paste it here. Here our batch number series is also configured. Now we will also select this option which is has expiry date. Okay, this will help us to maintain the quality of the product. Okay, now let's see, we have a switches, like we have switches, and let's suppose after 1 or 2 years these switches will get obsolete and we have to replace them with new switches. Okay, so we have to mention the expiry date of these switches. Okay, so we will here in the expiry date we will mention the shelf life here, which we will select as 2 years, which is 730 days, and we will also give the warranty on our product, so the warranty will be 1 year, so I will select as 365 days. Okay, then we have to select the valuation method. Okay, so we will select the FIFO method. Okay, that means which the items which we purchase first will be the ones which are going to out first. Okay, then we will save it. Okay, so our first item, which is switches, is created. Now let's move on and create a second item. Okay, Now we will add our next item, which is electricity wire. But before that, we forgot to mention the item text template on these switches. Okay, so let's just go and add the item text template also. Okay, so here now we have to add the item text template here. So we will select CGST, like we have to see the rate in the case study, which is 18%. Okay, so we will select CGST 18%. Then we will also select IGST 18% for interstate transactions. And then we have to select the inputs also, because we are maintaining different ledgers for both purchase taxes and sales taxes. Okay, so we will select IGST input 28% and CSGST input, which is 18%. Okay, then we will save this. Okay, now let's add our next item, which is electrical wires. Okay, so we have to click on this plus button again, and here we will select electronics, and in the item I will name it electrical wires. Okay, so let's just copy the name, and then we will again select the batch number and automatically create the batch number, and we will copy the batch number from our case study like this. Then we will also mention the this time we will not mention the expiry, because the wires do not need any expiry. Okay, so we will change the default unit of measure, which is the default unit of measure is NOS, and we also want NOS. Okay, so we have to click this option. It's not a manufacturing item. Okay, and then we will just save it. But before that, we will mention the item text template, which is also 18% in this also. Take care. So we will select CGST 18%. Then we will select IGST 18%. Then we will select their inputs. CSGST input 18%. Then IGST input 18%. Okay, then we will save this. Okay, so our next item is also created. See, our both items are created. Now, as both of our items have been created, let's just quickly go to the purchase invoice and the sales invoice and try to generate some transactional documents also regarding these items. Okay, so first we will purchase this item. Now we will first add a purchase invoice for this goods. Okay, so let's just add. First we will change the address of the company, as we have to receive these goods in Delhi. Okay, so we have to change the address to Delhi only. Okay, then we will select the supplier. Okay, so our supplier would be Global Electronics Limited. Okay, then you may see the address of Global Electronics Limited is autofilled. Now we have to select the update stock and set accepted warehouse, which we will take East Delhi this time. Okay, then we have to select the accounting dimensions, which is our Delhi branch. Then we will select the item here. Okay, so in the item we will select switches first. Okay, so I have selected the switches here, and you may see the item text template has already configured, but as we are using the different ledgers for both purchase tax and the sales tax, we have to change it to CGST input. Okay, so we will just select CSGST input from here. Then we will change the quantity to 1000 and rate would be 100. Okay, then we will delete these two ledgers from here. Okay, now our document is ready to save. Now we will just click here to save, and now we will permanently submit this document. Okay, as soon as we have permanently submitted this document, you can click here and see in the more information you can see the batch number is automatically generated for this transaction. We can also go to this batch number from here, and we can see the manufacturing and expiry date of this product. Okay, we can also come here by searching here batch list, and we can come to this batch. Okay, now let's suppose we have purchased 1000 stock. Okay, 1000 switches, but now we have to convert it or split it to more batches. Okay, like there is only one batch which is created, but now we have to split into another batches also. Okay, so we have to come to the batch list, and then we have to go to the overview, then we have to click split. Okay, so we will split this batch. Okay, so here I am writing 500 here. Okay, and then I'll click on split. Now you may see the batch is splitted. Okay, now we will save this. Now in the batch list we can see we have two batches. Okay, so this is our batch 1 and this is our batch 2, and both of the batches have 500 items in the batches. Okay, so this is how we split the items in a batch. Okay, now let's just go and make a sale transaction also. Okay, now let's just go to sales invoice. So we will first change the address of the company, which is the Delhi. Okay, so we will select Delhi, then we will select the customer. Here I will select Aging Limited. Then you can see Aging Limited's address is autofill here. Now we will select update stock, and in the set warehouse we will select East Delhi, in which warehouse we received all the goods. Okay, now we will select the item. So the item was here switches. Okay, now we have get a pop-up here in which we can select the batch from which we will want the item to be sold. Okay, so we will click on this plus button, and here we will select the batch number, which is I will select the batch number 1. Okay, and in the quantity we will give like 100 quantity, and we will select insert. Okay, then we will give rate. So we have purchased this for the rate of 100, then we will sell it at the rate of 150. Now we also have to change. Then at last we will go down and select the accounting dimensions, which is the branch of Delhi. Then we will save this. Okay. Now we will permanently submit this document. Okay, so our sales invoice is also generated. Now we can view the stock ledgers also. Now here you can see this particular transaction. Okay, and we can also change and apply the filters here. Okay, so I will just remove this voucher and I'll select the warehouse. Okay, so here I will select East Delhi, and you can see in the East Delhi we have purchased switches. Okay, and through this purchase invoice. Okay, and we can also see that the transaction that we have split it into is also here, which is configured as a stock entry, and then finally a sales invoice. Okay, so see all the transaction, we can see the warehouse wise. Okay, we can also configure it batch number wise. Okay, so we like, if I want to see only the batch number 1, okay, I can select the batch number here. Okay, and I can see only the transactions which are related to batch number 1. Okay, see, we can apply other filters also. Now we will just go back to the home page. So that's it for today's video. I hope you find the video helpful. Stay tuned with our Basics of Stock module with Accu360 ERP series to continue learning about the basic setups of your Accu360 ERP and improving the efficiency of your organization. Thanks a lot for watching.